I was about to give a gift to my crush, but a jealous bully snatched it and threw it onto the frozen lake. Swallowing my pride, I walked over to pick up the snow globe, but then the ice cracked, and I plunged straight into the freezing water. No matter how hard I struggled, I couldn't break through the ice, but just when I was about to die, a mysterious power suddenly surged from within me, and I teleported to the library. I had no idea what just happened, so I stumbled back home completely shaken. When my alcoholic father saw me come in, he didn't even care about me. Instead, he yelled at me for coming home late and not doing chores. The moment he burst through my door, I triggered my teleportation again. That is when I realized I had some kind of incredible teleportation ability, so I started trying to control this insane power. At first, I was terrible at controlling the distance, but after practicing over and over, I could teleport anywhere I could see. Then I got a crazy idea. What if I could teleport just by looking at a photo? I focused on the Empire State Building, and somehow I actually made it. I was standing on top of the building thousands of miles away. This was absolutely insane. I rushed back home to pack my bags because this terrible home, I couldn't stand it for another second. My father's abuse drove my mom to leave without a word when I was little. I still don't know where she is. Like my mom, I was going to find my own life. After leaving home, I rented a cheap apartment in New York. That alone drained all my savings, but that was fine, because I already had a bold plan. I walked into a bank and asked the security guard if I could use the restroom. The guard saw I was just a kid, so he let his guard down and kindly showed me to the staff restroom. That is when I caught a glimpse inside the bank vault. That night I grabbed a few duffel bags, focused my mind, and just like that, I teleported inside the vault. I was beyond excited, because right in front of me were stacks and stacks of cash. But then I noticed a serious problem.
I'm gonna need a bigger bag.
So I teleported back to my room, ripped off my bed sheet to use as a bag. One trip wasn't enough, so I made a few more until my tiny apartment was overflowing with cash. Looking at the mess in front of me, I was happier than I'd ever been. Turns out making money was this easy. From that day on, my life completely changed. Years passed. At a young age, I was already driving luxury cars and living in a penthouse. By now, my control over teleportation had become absolutely flawless. On my way out, the doorman kindly reminded me that it was sunny, so I didn't need an umbrella. Of course I knew, but where I was headed was all the way in London. I stood on Big Ben, overlooking the stunning night view, like I was standing on top of the world. Then I headed to a bar. With my good looks and charming personality, I attracted countless women. And that wasn't all. My walls were covered with photos from around the world. Going anywhere was just a blink away. One second I'd be surfing, the next I'd be camping on the Sphinx in Egypt. I thought I could live like this forever, until one day, I came home and noticed someone had been in my place.
Don't run. 8 years we've been looking for you.